If you are familiar with Joe Dispenza or his new work, Becoming Supernatural, or even if you're interested in meditation and manifestation techniques, then you definitely want to practice this technique. Grab your pen and paper because part 1 of this series is going to be about journaling and planning. That way in part 2, you can actually engage in the meditation practice. I'm gonna guide you through the pre-planning for Joe Dispenza's Tuning into New Potentials technique. I have also created a free guide for you. It's going to include information about the entire framework, more details on the practice, journaling prompts, and other things that you can do just to make sure that you are executing this technique properly. And part 2, of course, is going to be the actual guided practice, which I have interpreted and turned into a guided yoga nidra meditation for you. In chapter 3 of this text, Becoming Supernatural, Joe Dispenza talks about moving beyond the body, moving beyond the physical, and tuning into what he calls the quantum, or this allness of potential, in order to manifest and bring about change in your life. So I want to read a quick excerpt from the book that really speaks about this technique and what it is that you're doing. I figure since I'm using a technique from this book, I might as well go ahead and read from it. I'm gonna read 2 paragraphs, and if you have the edition that I have, I'm on page 70. It says, changing your energy, combining a clear intention with elevated emotions. Once you're in the sweet spot of the generous present moment where all possibilities exist in the quantum field, how do you turn one or more of those potentials, those immaterial possibilities, into reality in the 3-dimensional world of matter? This requires 2 things: a clear intention and elevated emotion. Your clear intention is exactly what it sounds like. You have to get clear on what it is that you want to create, getting as specific as possible, and describe it in detail. Let's say you want to go on a great vacation. Where is it you want to go? How do you want to get there? Who do you want to go with? Or who do you want to meet when you're there? What sort of accommodations do you want to stay in? What do you want to do or see when you're there? What food do you want to eat? What do you want to drink? What kind of wardrobe will you pack? What will you buy to bring home? You get the point. Make it detailed. Make it as real as you can, because you're going to assign a letter as a symbol of possibility to all those conditions. As you read in the previous chapter, those thoughts which make up your intention are the electrical charge you are sending out into the unified field. Now you have to combine that intention with an elevated emotion such as love, gratitude, inspiration, joy, excitement, awe, or wonder. To name just a few examples, you have to tap into the feeling you anticipate you will have when you manifest your intent, and then feel the emotion ahead of the experience. The elevated emotion, which carries an energy, is the magnetic charge you are sending out into the field. And as you have read, when you combine the electric charge, your intention, with the magnetic charge, elevated emotion, you create an electromagnetic signature that is equal to your state of being. In this technique, you basically need 2 things. The first thing is a clearly defined intention, and the second thing is going to be experiencing elevated emotions like love, gratitude, joy, bliss, appreciation. I'm going to give you some tips on how to identify your clear intention. And don't forget, in the description box, you're going to find a free guide that's going to give you step-by-step journaling prompts and self-exploration activities that you can use to craft the perfect intention. So let's go ahead and craft your intention. The first thing that I would advise you to do is take a moment to go ahead and think about what it is that you truly want in life. What it is that you want to bring about, to shift or transform. Perspective is key. So don't focus on what you don't want. focus on what you do want. And go ahead and write about this, and be sure to be as precise and as descriptive as possible. If you're doing this along with this video, you can just go ahead and pause right here to give yourself 5 minutes to go ahead and get some thoughts down, and then continue moving forward. Now, after you've gotten the description down, go ahead and identify 4 characteristics, 4 details about this shift, about this transformation, about this manifestation that are key to what it is. Be specific and concise. I know you're getting your learning on, but I want to quickly draw your attention to the crystal jewelry that I'm wearing. Typically, I wear something different in each video. This is a labradorite. And here I have some elite noble shungite with pyrite, as well as a Herkimer diamond necklace. You can find handmade crystal jewelry and crystal rolled incense, along with small batch handmade Florida waters in the HIYERAlignment.com metaphysical shop. Your support means a lot, and it helps me to continue making self-care and personal development tutorials and resources just like this one. Check out the link to my shop in the description box below. And now let me continue giving you the tips, tools, and techniques that you can use in order to create a positive transformation in your life. And really, there's only one aspect of this entire experience that you do not want to focus on, and that is time frame. Next, go ahead and write down a few emotion words. Think really about how you're going to feel once this shift has taken place, once this transformation has occurred, once your desired manifestation has been accomplished. If you don't know how you're gonna feel, the emotions of gratitude and appreciation are always good ones to reach for. And now that you have these 3 aspects, your description, your characteristics, and your emotions, go ahead and take another few moments to just review all of the information that you've collected thus far, and make sure once again that it is clear to you what it is that you're doing, why you're wanting to bring this about, what shift it's going to create for you. Make sure that your characteristics are clearly defined and that you know what those are, as well as having identified those emotions. Once you've done that, you're going to hold all of these elements in your mind and go ahead and decide on a letter from the alphabet that you are going to use to represent all of this information. In the text, once again, this information is in chapter 3, he says to write some squiggly lines around it. I don't really think that is going to be doing anything for you, but if that's something that you want to do, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, let's continue on. That is everything that you actually need in order to engage with this meditative technique. And I have created that entire meditation for you in part 2 of this series. It's actually a yoga nidra meditation. If you're someone who likes guided meditations and guided visualizations, but you've never engaged in yoga nidra, I think you're really going to enjoy this process. Nidra is the Sanskrit word for sleep, and a yoga nidra is a type of meditation that's done on the borders of consciousness, right between waking and sleeping. There are multiple processes to the yoga nidra, including relaxing the physical body, the mental body, your emotional body. There are rapid visualizations. There's a rotation of consciousness. So there are different things that you are doing to occupy your attention, keeping the mind focused while relaxing the body and allowing the body to go to sleep. Yoga nidra is a great way to create new mental, emotional intentions in the unconscious mind that, with proper nurturing, will manifest into shifts and changes in your external environment and your life overall. So it's a wonderful practice to engage in. And if you are interested in learning about other yoga nidras, I have an entire yoga nidra playlist on my channel. Okay, so by now you should be clear on what the technique is, why you're doing this, the various components that you need, as well as now you know a bit more about yoga nidra. So go ahead and make sure you have everything outlined clearly thus far. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and go on to part 2 and actually engage in the practice. You're gonna need a yoga mat or a place to lay down, maybe 1 or 2 pillows, a light blanket, an eye mask if you like. And you're gonna just love this practice. I already know it. Once again, check the description box for the free guide. It is gonna help you get even more organized. Everything is gonna be in the description box. So go ahead and look for those links. And while you're down there, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And in the meantime, in between time, here are 2 more that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy.